and welcome to video one of the change cycle. So, I created these videos for you to get out of this judgment of like, I'm not able to make changes, I always fail, all of these things that we say to ourselves around our life that we want to change. Maybe we have tried to change. And so, I decided to break down the change cycle to help you understand how the mind works and that there's actually a cycle to change, which is super important whenever we are trying to transform our life, make our life better, or achieve the goals that we want. So, the change cycle, let's talk about this. Number one, okay. So, what do we feel in the very beginning before a change, right? We feel discontent, right? And this discontent is you start feeling uh, unhappy, or you start having disapproval about things. There's a lack of contentment where you feel happy. And this word discontent, right? This is stage one of the change cycle. I mean, that nagging feeling that you have when, something's just not sitting right, and you become increasingly unhappy. Oftentimes we hang in there, we tolerate it, we repress our feelings, and we try to save face, right? And this is kind of interesting because oftentimes, like when we deal with relationships, we were okay with something before, now we're not okay with it, right? And there's some discontent. So maybe it's a job, it's a job where you're like faking enthusiasm every Monday to go to this job. Or maybe it's a relationship where you just keep ignoring this little voice that says, uh, hey, is this really it? You know, or maybe it's your health, that whole I'll start eating better tomorrow routine. Whatever it is, we're pros, we're really good at hanging in there because, well, change is scary, right? And this is why we're breaking down the change cycle, because change is scary. But here's the deal, that growing discontent that you're feeling, it's not there to make you miserable. It's like your inner wisdom with a giant neon sign saying, hey, something's got to give, right? Something is not sitting right with you, whether it's hitting your values, whether it's hitting your judgment, whether it's hitting your happiness, or whether it's hitting your peace, right? Something is not hitting you right. So, like, even me, like, I remember I was in a relationship years ago, and I felt like my soul was basically on a diet, right? That tightness you feel every morning when you wake up, that screams, like I was talking about, is this it? There has got to be something more. Yeah. But I ignored it, as many of us do. I mean, I was comfy. I knew what to expect. You know, he was nice enough guy. He'd throw a little tantrum, threatened to leave. I'd apologize. I wasn't really sure what for. And then, we'd repeat this cycle, right? Everything's a cycle. So that was really good times, everybody out there. Um, but to be honest with you, part of me was actually afraid of being alone after all. As I said, he was nice enough. And when he wasn't throwing his dramatic, I'm leaving you forever speeches, it was tolerable, right? I wouldn't say I was happy necessarily, but it was tolerable. But that little nugget of discontent, kept getting louder and louder. And the longer I stayed, the more my energy really drained. And let's be real, there's only so much coffee that you can drink in a day to really get your energy up. So, discontent, I want you to know, is not a punishment. It's a gift. It's a gift from the universe. It's a gift from your gut. It's a gift from whatever you believe in, telling you, hey, maybe you deserve better. Uh, Maybe this mediocrity that you're living in, you're done with, and you're ready to move on, and you're ready to learn and grow. And discontent, this is step one of the change cycle, is the first whisper. It is the tiny alarm that gets louder and louder the more you try to snooze it. So, as I said, it's step one. Um, and some of us have been living with discontent for a very long time. I don't know if you're out there, who you are. I know for me, I could live in I used to be able to live in discontent for like a couple years. so, no, no judgment, right? But here's the twist. Discontent won't move you forward, as maybe you notice. Like, discontent is not the thing that moves you forward. It is the beginning of the thing that moves you forward. You've got to get to stage two of the change cycle if you want to see sparks really fly and change. So what is this step two, you ask? Okay, I'm not going to give it away that easily. So you'll have to watch the next video. But here's a hint. It's where things get really messy and honestly, kind of exciting. I mean, if you look back on it now, but it is kind of exciting. It's when your discontent throws a tantrum and you finally had enough. So if you're tired of tolerating, repressing, and pretending everything is fine when it clearly isn't, stick around. We're just getting started on this wild ride of the change cycle. So I will see you in the next video.